So let's continue. So on this topic, very, very, very interesting topic and very useful topic. And I think, as I said before, I think it's the hardest topic we hit so far. Right? All others were, pretty straightforward, and we repeated them in different classes, so it was not so hard. But this one is a little more challenging. Okay, and the topic is loss of interest Ribbis, Siman 65, and we start with the sieve number 19. And it says, in this sieve discusses the case involving someone who is at a fair in a different town and wishes to borrow money from another person from his hometown in order to purchase merchandise at the fair. Okay. So here we go. One may lend his fellow 100 dinars to purchase 100 dinars worth of merchandise at the fair, with the stipulation that when they return home, the borrower will give him 120 dinar for the merchandise. Okay. Provided that the lender takes possession of the merchandise and bring it home. And that the possibility of any mishap that occurs along the way is borne by the lender. For it is as if the lender has a portion of the profit in the merchandise, since he accepted responsibility for anything that may happen to it. Okay, so let's start again. We try to understand. We go sentence by sentence, and we add commentary. Let's see what it says here. So one more time. The sieve discusses case involving someone who is at the fair in different town and wishes to borrow money from another person from his hometown in order to purchase merchandise in the fair. So they both went to a fair, and a fair was in olden days was maybe once in 6 months, maybe once a year, like seasonal. So it was very important for Jews who not to miss it. Why is that? It's very, very important because many people, that was their job. They would collect money, save money, and buy merchandise and the discounted price, or of course wholesale price at the fair, and then sell it throughout the year and live from the proceeds. So that's how important it was for many Jews. Okay. Okay. So here's this situation. They went to a fair, and let's say one person bought some merchandise, but it was enough. He has a good deal opportunity, and he wants to borrow money from his fellow from the same town, right? And we're going to see is it not only money, but he wants him to bring this merchandise back. Okay, so that's a very interesting thing. Okay, so let's see. One may lend his fellow 100 dinar to purchase 100 dinar worth of merchandise at the fair. So lender gives borrower 100 dinars to buy merchandise. So far, so good. It's simple. With the stipulation, when they return home, the borrower will give him 120 dinars for the merchandise. So now, if you stop here, it looks like a Ribbis, like 100% Ribbis. He said, I want, please lend me money, 100 dinars. I want to buy this, silk, this material, wool or whatever, right? So textile, and then I'm going to pay you back. Give me, I need to buy this merchandise for $100 dinar worth. When we come home, I'm going to pay 120. So it's he borrows 100 and pays 120. That's looks like Ribbis so far, but Kitzur says it's allowed. Why is it allowed? Provided, so here's a clause, right? Provided that the lender takes possession of the merchandise and brings it home. Okay, so in some sense, this guy is the lender is going to deliver. Let's say he has many carriages, and he said, okay, I can deliver to you, like for you, right? I can deliver for you, so pay me money. And in some sense, you can say, yeah, it's 20 for transportation, right? It's not so simple, right? So okay, continue. Provided that the lender takes possession of merchandise and brings it home. So he gives 100 dinars to the borrower. Borrower buys whatever merchandise, brings back to the lender. Lender puts on his carriages, and he's going to deliver to home, meaning to the same hometown. And that is the responsibility for any mishap that occurs along the way is borne on the lender. Oh, now it's it is like for a future sale, you can say, right? I mean, you can see this situation from different perspectives, right? So meaning I like in some sense this lender took an order, right? The order from this borrower, right? And he bought this. I mean, the borrower bought the merchandise, like order, please deliver it to me for me into our hometown, right? But very interesting. So if it would be complete transaction, and for example, this borrower would do kinyan meshicha, meaning to pull the merchandise or whatever, to lift it, to carry it, or like that's whatever. So and he owes somebody money, so it's like almost complete transaction. So if something is going to happen to this merchandise, right, on the road from the fair to house, so this borrower is 100% responsible. Like he's not a shomer, he's not a watchman, he's nothing. I mean, it's his, right? But here we say no. Who is going to be responsible? The lender, meaning the transaction is not complete. Okay, so so far so good. For it is as if the lender has a portion in the profit of the merchandise. So now, like this line explain what? That now they went into the partnership. Lender and the borrower, right? Lender provides finances, he gives money, and plus he provide transport back to the merchandise. And this guy, this borrower is going to sell and realize the gain. Very interesting, right? So they become partner. Okay. Since he accepts responsibility for anything that may happen to it. So who is he? Lender is responsible for whatever happened to it. So it's not, as we learned before, for sure it's a partnership. There is no problem. It's not even what we call him, what is it called? Apotropos, this administrator. It's not even administrator, right? Administrator, as we said, he would get like portion, right? Portion, we said it's 2/3, like 3/4, depends on the situation. And losses, he would also in a more advantageous position than the lender, right? So he would get then investor. We don't call it the lender, we call it investor. So he would get losses like 1/3 of the losses is on this manager, and 2/3 on investor. Very interesting. Okay, so that's why there is no problem whatsoever. See commentary. Since the lender is taking responsibility for any mishap along the way, meaning he's taking it's his, right? Or it's his part of the agreement in this companionship, right? Meaning what? That he's going to, it's his job. He's going to provide finances and deliver. Okay. Okay. So and he's responsible. It is considered as if no loan took place in a town there when the agreement was made. So that's how it because if it would be a loan, so a person who took a loan, he is responsible for whatever happens to this money. He can, as we said, burn it. He can invest it, wood, by gold, whatever he buys, it's his own business. If somebody steals from him, I mean, I do not care, right? That's like straightforward borrowing and lending. But here, not. Well, whatever happened, this guy is responsible. The lender is responsible. So as they say, as if no loan took place in a town of the agreement was made. Meaning what? That this guy gave money and he delivered to the next town. So in some sense, it's like, of course, when the sender it was agreement, right? But it's like, rather the lender acquires ownership of the merchandise that gives him rights to profit. Right? It was his money. It was his transportation. Yeah, maybe this guy went and found a good price. Okay, maybe I give him I don't know, a cake or something. Okay, or pay him give him some bonus, pay him some commission, but the merchandise is mine, right? Right. So he got all of the rights to the profit, meaning he buys with his own money, delivers on his own the carriages, and then in the next town, when they come to the hometown, he's going to sell to this guy, right, to the borrower. Thus, when the borrower pays him 120 dinars for it, the lender realizes profit on the investment, not interest on the loan. Okay. Sitas Havas Das Beurim 173:28. So please let me know if I explain easy or needs more explanation. Please let me know. No question? Okay. So if you have questions later, please let me know. So I mean, it's not such a difficult situation, but this details is crucial. If they would not make this partnership this way with this kind of wording, it would be 100% Ribbis, 100%. He borrows from the first three lines, 4 lines. He borrows 100. He agrees to borrow. He needs to buy the merchandise for worth of 100 dinars, and then when they come back, back meaning he does not have money with him. The only money he has in his house, right? Or he's going to borrow from his brother-in-law. Doesn't matter. Like he when he's going to pay, he's going to pay 120. Okay, no problem. If no any questions, I'll continue. Okay, no problem. So continue. Halacha number 20. Similar case. If Reuven is going to a place where the merchandise is purchased inexpensively, Shimon may tell him, "Bring me merchandise from there, and I will give you such and such an amount of profit." Provided that responsibility for the merchandise borne by Reuven until he turns the merchandise to Shimon. So I mean, exactly the same logic, but let's of course we're going to see the details and commentaries. Again, similar case. Reuven is going to a place where there is a merchandise purchased inexpensively. So like all of these business districts, they have wholesales, right? So he said, "Oh, you're going there, right?" So Shimon may tell him, "Bring me merchandise from there, and I give you such and such amount as your profit." So in some sense, he's hiring. I mean, you can see it as a hiring this Reuven, right? Hiring Reuven and pays him his salary, but it would be not. It would be a little risky, and I'm going to explain why. As we said before, if somebody like hires a shaliach, right? He send him shaliach is his representative, and then shaliach loses it, right? So if he was like careful, this and that, I mean, if or something happened, I don't know, beyond his control, right? So who incurred the loss? The owner. Shaliach is he's clean. You understand? but here they want 100% delivery, right? So it says, provided that responsibility of merchandise is borne by Reuven. So Reuven is responsible for the merchandise from the time he buys until he brings back. So in a sense that he buys it for himself, right? Reuven buys for himself, even though he buy for himself, but because he buys this merchandise because he has an order from us. Okay, so like special order. So he goes to that place, and we know that he's going to. So he gives a special order. Right. One second. A special order, and meaning that he bought it himself, and of course he's responsible for transporting. I mean, I can only pay for if it's in a store. If he said I have it in another store, okay, or my somebody else have it, like it's not my business. I'm not going to pay if something happened. But here, Reuven takes responsibility until he turns over the merchandise to Siman. So let's see the Chanel commentary 51. Had the responsibility been borne by Siman, it would be considered that Reuven, who advanced the funds for the purchase, actually lent the money to Siman, right? So meaning Reuven bought the merchandise, right, for Siman, but without Siman paying him something. So meaning that the merchandise cost 100. Let's say the simplified example, right? And 1 second. And Siman would pay him back 120, right? Which is he agrees. Like sometimes when you calculate how much it's going to cost you to get there, like if you're going to drive there, for example, you need to pay for parking. Let's say you have to find parking, all of this time, and somebody can deliver you, and you pay a little extra. So I mean, it's all worth it for you. You understand? So this the Siman has no problem in paying, right? But he did not give money to Reuven. Reuven buys for his own money, right? But in some sense, he gives like a loan to Siman, and then he charges more than a loan. That's what it looks like. Okay. So one more time, this commentary. Had the responsibility been borne by Siman, so Siman is the one who's supposed to receive, it would be considered as Reuven, who advanced the funds for the purchase, actually lent money to Siman when purchased the merchandise on his behalf, right? That's straightforward. When Siman pays more for the purchase price, it constitutes Ribbis, right? So he lent him 100 dinars worth of merchandise, and he pays him what? He pays him 120. This is avoided by having Reuven assume responsibility for the merchandise until Siman receives it. So meaning it's like special order. So I mean, of course, it's proper for Siman to pay for this order, but this item belongs to Reuven, and technically, I'm not suggesting, but technically, he can resell for even higher price if he wants to. Okay. Thus, as a previous CF, no loan has taken place. Rather, it is considered Reuven's merchandise, as we explained, which he subsequently resells to Siman as the profit. So meaning it's a special order, meaning that he goes there and he has a like special order for one of his customers. It's the best. I mean, when he comes, like he does not know whether he would be able to sell, yes or no, but now he like for sure there is a customer. Any questions on what we said? It's clear.
All right.
Yes.
There's a question. The board says, to make sure I understand Seat 19 correctly, the extra 20 is the profit of the lender in the co-investment and not Ribbis, because the lender takes responsibility in transportation, and that's his contribution in this investment.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they become partners. So very very common. One person has money, right, and the other person has idea and his talents, right? Simple. So this guy has a talent, and he said, "Okay, look, you have all of the trucks, you have all of the carriages, and you have money. So please lend me money, right? So let's go into partnership. You're going to pay for the merchandise. You're going to pay for transportation. You're responsible for transporting there, right, to our town, and I'm going to resell it, right? So and give you your profit. No problem." Yeah. I mean, just so we repeated the same idea a few times, so it would just settle in our minds. But it's exactly the same idea, exactly the same logic. Okay. I mean, different variations, but yeah, similar. Okay, what else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome. Okay, so I mean, since it's going so well, so let's do maybe one more. And it says, the following sieve discusses the law of discount for prepayment of the rental or wages. Right? I think we said we had this question about early bird special. Right? They want that it could be an issue. Okay. So let's see. It is permitted to add to the rental price or of land if the rent is not paid in advance. How can this be done? One who rented a courtyard to another person, and the owner told the renter before he took possession of it, if you pay me for the rent now, it is rented for you for 10 golden pieces per year. But if you pay me monthly, give me 1 gold piece per month. Okay. It is permitted. And the reason for this is that since legally rent is due only at the end of the term, therefore, when the landlord takes 1 gold piece from the renter per month, which is 12 gold pieces per year, it is not considered earnings for waiting for his money, which is Ribbis. Okay. On the contrary, the renter has merely fulfilled his obligation as required. Okay, he paid the whole rent, since he is not obligated to pay in advance. Thus, when the landlord tells him, if you pay all of it to me now, is rented to you for 10 gold pieces. Okay. Yeah, he's foregoing 2 gold pieces that he was due had he been paid monthly. Because the renter advances the payment before the due date, and this is permitted. So today it's like also common, like if it's not a big payment, usually people cannot prepay apartment like in advance for the year. But let's say somebody was renting a parking in my block. So I told these guys, so make a advertisement that you have a parking for rent, and said special discount for prepayment, right? So what is special discount? Give them price per month if they want per month, but let's say that you prefer be prepaid, and give them 1 month free. So I told them going with the headaches, like they're going to pay, not going to pay, they're going to change. They're going to disappear, and then with this parking you have to rent again, find the person, this and that, reliable, not reliable. So it's for sure it's worth it for you to forgo 1 month, but to have all of the money now. That's they listen to me. Baruch Hashem. I mean that's of course with apartment it's hard to do that, but or with business because people do not know if they're going to stay in business. But with a parking lot, is since it's not such a big amount, it's smart idea. Okay. Or what else? Oh, with a phone, right? My phone service, like I do prepaid for many years. We just do prepaid, so you pay smaller. We don't use much phone, so we prepay for the whole year, right, in advance, and they give you discount. Okay. Okay, that's another example. So one more time. One more time, how is it allowed? Right. Okay. So following Sieve discusses the laws of discount for prepayment of rental and wages. Siefim, meaning not Sieve, not only this, but next one as well. It is permitted to add to the rental price of land if the rent is not paid in advance. So I mean, he goes from the opposite. So he said that if he would I would say the opposite. This is the monthly price, but if you pay in advance, it's going to be discount, right? But he said the same but opposite. How is it done? One who rented a courtyard to another person. Commentary, this applies to rental all type of real estate. I mean, same idea. To another person, the owner told the renter before he took possession of it, if you pay me rent now, it is rented to you for 10 gold pieces per year. So meaning, of course, you have to give discount, you have to make other person interested, right? Right, so interested, give him 2 gold pieces. It's a big discount. It's like 2 months free, right? He has all of the incentive to pay in advance. But if you pay me monthly, give me 1 gold piece per month. Commentary. Thus the price for paying in advance 10 gold pieces, while the prices for extending payment is 12 gold pieces. So basically the norm is to pay once a month. It's not like it's not once like a prepaid. So meaning if person would not agree to pay in advance, there is nothing wrong with that. You can go month to month. Okay, so this is permitted. How? And the reason for this is, since legally rent is due only at the end of the term, therefore, when the landlord takes 1 gold piece from renter per month, which is 12 gold pieces per year, it is not considered earnings for waiting for the money. It is not considered earnings for waiting for his money, which is Ribbis. Oh, 1 second. So he's saying, okay. So this landlord prefers the whole sum together, right? I mean, the whole amount together, prepaid. But technically, you have to pay, as they say, at the end of the term. So basically, what's going on here? He gets one coin. If month to month, he gets only 1 coin. And these 2 extra coins, right? I mean, it's not extra, but if we see it from this perspective, the extra is not considered to be that for a waiting period. So because he waited extra, he did not get it like prepaid, but he got it like in the duration of 12 months for the waiting, for my waiting for money. I'm going to charge you extra. So it's not penalty. It's normal. So one coin per month is normal, but if you prepare, I'm going to give you discount. So, but if just because he did not give him discount does not mean that he paying extra. He pays exactly as he was supposed to pay, 1 coin a month. So that's what they're trying to say. On the contrary, the renter has merely fulfilled the obligation as required, right, to pay 1 coin a month. That's since he is not obligated to pay in advance. Very simple, right? So he's doing whatever he's doing, right? And paying one coin a month, he's not obligated to pay in advance. And if he would, so it's not, we cannot see the situation as he's losing, that he's paying extra. He's not paying extra. He's just doing his obligation. Okay. Thus, when the lender tells him, if you pay all of it to me now, it is rented to you for 10 gold pieces. So very simple. Okay, 10 gold pieces. For his foregoing 2 gold pieces, that he was due, had he been paid monthly. Okay. 1 second, because the renter advance payment before its due date, and this is permitted. Okay, so one more time, last sentence, maybe I misread. So one more time, last sentence. If you pay all of it to me now, it is rented to you for 10 gold pieces. There is no problem. He's foregoing 2 gold pieces. So like it's not that the renter pays extra. No, this landlord is losing. So we can look at it from this perspective. He's foregoing 2 gold pieces that he was due, had been paid monthly, right? Because the renter advanced the payment before the due date. So he was not obligated to pay. It's not like penalty for him, right? So he was not obligated to prepay, and it's not like he's paying extra, but for his convenience, for his security, landlord is ready to give discounts. So okay, we have to look at it from this perspective, right? So, and this is permitted. So let's see the commentary. Commentary number 54. Only when one pays extra for a delay in a payment, it is considered Ribbis. For example, you have your credit card payment, right? For example, your utility payment, you didn't pay your electricity on time. That happened to me. I think that they lost the bill somewhere. So of course I called them. They waived the fee, but technically there is a fee if you don't pay your credit card on time by certain days. I mean, they give you like three weeks or something like, I think they are 2.5, but more than enough time to pay, right? And if person does not pay, he incurs the penalty, right? So extra. So it's not Ribbis like on one hand. On the other hand, yeah, on this you borrow from the credit card 100, so now you have to pay 125. Guess what? Because you did not pay on time. So in some say it's an interest. Yes, interest meaning it's not like it's paying extra on top of what you borrow. Let's put it this way. So interest that they would calculate separately, but its penalty it's something extra. So but doesn't matter. It looks like interest. Okay, so let's see. Commentary. Only when one pays extra for delaying payment is considered Ribbis, as we just explained. Here, if he pays at the end of the month, he's not delaying payment, like he's paying on time, since that is when the rent is due, right? Again, there is no problem. This guy is not paying extra, this renter. When he pays less for paying at the beginning of the month, he's actually receiving discount for paying early, which is permitted, right? So there is no problem. Like again, for convenience, like if you have an apartment that you rent out, and they're going to say for example, they tell you want to prepay 2 years. So it's absolutely, let's prepay 2 years. So even though maybe the price is going to go up, the rent is like you don't want to be bothered with that. What if they going to lose their job, right? And they would not be able to pay. How about that? Or they want to move out in the middle of the term and they just ran out from your apartment, did not did not pay you, right? So it's for everybody, it's understandable. It's better to take some loss, which is reasonable, and collect less. Okay. The loss of Ribbis by Rabbi Israel Reisman. Right, mussar publication. Second. Regarding the difference between the prepaying between this and preparing for the merchandise. Okay, a number of authorities maintain that the local custom is to pay at the beginning of the rental period. So usually, local custom is not to pay at the end of the month for the previous months. right? For the months that pass. But usually like in the beginning of the months for upcoming months. Okay. So one more time, a number of the authorities maintain that local custom is to pay at the beginning of the rental term. This halacha does not apply, and it would be prohibited to stipulate the lower price of paying at the beginning of the month and a higher price at the end of the month. So meaning what that there is like a person must pay like in the beginning of the month, right? But if he cannot, he's delaying, and he said, if you pay me by the 10th of the month, regular price. Okay, so I prefer on first, but if you need more time, until the 10th. So if you pay after the 10th, we're going to add the 15%, let's say, right? That's is not allowed. Okay, not allowed. So, and that's exactly what they do, I think, with a credit card. I mean, of course, credit card is different, but that's what they do. They charge on a daily basis, percentage. Okay.